Win big against Disney. Lawsuit discovery battle. Judge orders Disney to hand over actors' pay records. Boy, we're going to learn what everybody made on these movies to see exactly how much they stole from the great Gina Carano. Again, a character that everybody loved.
I don't worship your business, and my God is bigger than Disney. So this is where I'm at.
Hello, Disney. You're going to have to redo your film again because this woman is a pig and you fired Gina Carano for far less than this nonsense.
It says Gina Carano wins big against Disney in lawsuit discovery battle. Judge orders Disney to hand over actor pay records within 20 days.
Gina Carano was a popular MMA fighter who did 7 episodes of the show Mandalorian playing the character of Cara Dune.
Did you see, Stu, that Gina Carano has just won a lawsuit against Disney?
Yeah. That doesn't normally happen, does it?
No, it really
Disney has some big lawyers.
No.
8 months ago, Disney took a massive loss in their battle against Gina Carano, whom they fired unlawfully, by the way, for her political opinion.
In 2021, for all of these people, this Disney and Lucasfilm, to make me really think about, oh geez, where is my line? That's not what I want to say, and that's not what I want to. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
Gina Carano had so much evil, vicious venom spat on her from Disney on the way out. People clearly had an agenda.
Discovery motion granted. That's right. In the Gina Carano case against Disney.
Gina Carano had a promising career where she was going to get her own Star Wars show, but then she was fired, but now she's fighting back, suing Disney.
Someone like Gina Carano, who's a fighter by trade, and who's like actually a beloved, strong female character that Disney had. Like Disney had one universally appreciated strong female character, and they destroyed her for nothing. There was nothing wrong with Gina Carano's post. Nothing wrong with nothing.
Nastiest attorney firm in the history of the world. I don't think there's any corporation that is more nasty than the Disney Corporation.
And of course, Gina Carano, with the help of Elon Musk's lawyers, decided to go after Disney, file a lawsuit.
The order comes after 8 months of what Carano described as Disney's deflection and stalling in her wrongful termination lawsuit.
She said she did all the meetings and built a good relationship with the LGBT people that she met, but she wouldn't agree to Disney's plan to have her do a full apology. Then after that, Gina Carano was fired by Disney after making a pretty stupid tweet comparing the left to Nazis in Germany. But now, years later, she's coming out suing Disney for wrongful termination, and Elon Musk is financing the lawsuit.
But I feel like you're pushing your ideologies on me, and you are, and you're backing me into corners that I had to draw a line, and they kept crossing it.
Despite holding completely different standards for other people in their employment.
It all started in 2019. Disney, a corporate juggernaut that's practically synonymous with family-friendly fun, was a place where people expected to spend decades. The salary? Great. The perks? Even better. Stability? You bet. But here's the catch. Follow the rules, play along with their agenda, and life's good.
2019, when you worked at Disney, the Disney Corporation, you could expect a long and pretty stable career. It's a huge company, lots of things you could keep doing there at a pretty good salary. And the only cost would be you have to follow the rules. Disney at the time was getting increasingly political, and the people who worked there were expected to go along with this. So don't say anything and you'll be absolutely fine. But for some reason, she could not follow that rule.
Well, for Gina Carano, the rules were a problem. You see, Gina Carano, the MMA star turned Mandalorian, had a pretty solid gig as Cara Dune. Fans loved her. She was tough, no nonsense, and didn't shy away from speaking her mind. Disney, however, they weren't a fan of her outspoken nature. After a controversial tweet comparing the political left to Nazi Germany, Disney had enough. They fired her. But here's where things get juicy. Carano didn't back down. Instead, she took them to court. And what happened next? The kind of legal showdown that could bring the House of Mouse to its knees.
In fact, the judge kind of smacked Disney down in the aftermath of this ruling, saying that Disney has provided absolutely nothing that could justify their actions in this case, and it would move forward to trial.
Now, you think Disney, with its army of high-priced lawyers, could easily bat away this lawsuit like a pesky fly, right? Nope. They tried to dismiss it, claiming the lawsuit was baseless. But the judge wasn't buying it. Cough up those documents, the court ordered. And just like that, Disney's world came crashing down. Disney wasn't just up against an actress they could easily ignore. This was Gina Carano, a fighter by nature, and she wasn't going to let this slide. She'd made a name in the octagon, and now she was ready to knock out Disney in court. The discovery battle was on, and Carano had her gloves on.
Moment where you were going to come back. You're the OG.
Oh, well, I mean, gosh, there was...
No, you're the OG.
Thank you.
In terms of women's MMA, who is more OG than you? You're the original star.
Well, like, not MMA, but like Lucia Riker.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and Muay Thai, yeah, and in boxing, yeah, and then there's Christy Martin and, you know, a lot of other folks.
And then there was like the Debbie Purcells and Aaron...
Ann Wolf.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of like women combat sports athletes, but in terms of MMA, you're the OG.
Well, I appreciate that coming from you. That means...
Fast forward 8 months. Carano's lawyers were on the offense, demanding Disney hand over documents that could change everything. And what documents, you ask? Well, Disney had to reveal internal communications, emails, and perhaps the most important, actor pay records. Why does this matter? Imagine Disney having to reveal how much Pedro Pascal made compared to Gina Carano. You think Disney's boardrooms were sweating bullets when they realized they'd have to open the vault? If those spreadsheets show that Carano should have been paid on par with the Mandalorian stars, that's a major problem for Disney, and yet Disney tried everything in their power to dodge this. They delayed, deflected, and outright pretended some files didn't exist. Classic move, right? But the judge wasn't having it. With every move they made, the mouse was digging itself deeper into a hole.
If I'm not supposed to go back to storytelling in Hollywood and nobody's hiring me because I got completely shamed, then okay, I'll let it go if I have to. And as soon as I did that, a week later is when Elon Musk's attorneys who he had hired out emailed me and said, we're interested in looking into your case.
Then came the kicker. The judge, not one to let Disney off easy, gave them a deadline. 20 days to turn over those pay records. No ifs, no buts. And if Disney misses that deadline, well, let's just say the legal consequences could be disastrous. Imagine the court telling the jury, hey, Disney's hiding something. The repercussions could be huge. Disney might be forced to wear the label of a corporation that's trying to bury its wrongdoings. So what's at stake? Carano's entire case hinges on proving that she was denied millions in future earnings. If those pay records show she was severely underpaid compared to other stars in the same universe, that's a massive win for her. Despite the looming deadline, Disney wasn't exactly playing fair. Instead of complying with the court's order, they continued dragging their feet. Why? Because if those pay records are revealed, Disney could be exposed for potentially discriminating against Carano for her personal beliefs. So they pushed and they stalled. They didn't want to hand over their dirty laundry, but the problem with trying to hide secrets is eventually the truth finds its way to the surface. And when it does, you better believe it's going to be explosive. The clock was ticking. 20 days to provide detailed pay records for Carano, Pedro Pascal, Rosario Dawson, and the rest of the Star Wars crew. The stakes were higher than ever. What if those numbers exposed that Disney had been paying select actors based on their political beliefs? Or worse, what if they had been lowballing Carano all along? That's where the real drama lies, in those spreadsheets. It's the kind of drama that could make Disney's golden empire come crumbling down, brick by brick. And Carano, with Musk's legal firepower behind her, is prepared to make sure that happens. But let's step back for a moment. What does this mean for the wider industry? If Carano wins, it could set a huge precedent. Hollywood thrives on secrecy and tightly controlled narratives. But what happens if actors start demanding the same transparency Carano is fighting for? Suddenly, it's not just Disney on the hot seat, it's the entire industry. Hollywood executives, from Disney to rival studios, are probably shaking in their boots right now. If Carano wins, it could open the floodgates for other actors to challenge their contracts, their pay, and even their treatment behind the scenes. And that could turn the entire entertainment world upside down. Now, we all know Disney is no stranger to scandal, but they've always managed to weather the storm. This time, though, things might be different. The media has largely ignored Carano's case, brushing it under the rug as just another celebrity feud. But the longer Disney drags this out, the harder it's going to be to bury the truth. And trust me, if Disney keeps stalling, the public eye is going to focus on this case harder than ever. Disney, the empire that built itself on magic and nostalgia, could very well see its reputation shattered, piece by piece. Here's the wild card in all this: Elon Musk. Yes, the billionaire himself. Musk's legal team is backing Carano's fight, and that's no small thing. If you thought Disney had money and power, well, Musk might have more. And he's not exactly the type to play nice. With Musk's resources, Carano is in a position to drag this case through the mud, forcing Disney to expose every little secret. Disney may be hoping Carano will just give up, but with Musk in her corner, that's not going to happen. If anything, the fight's only going to get messier. So what happens next? Well, here's where the real drama is about to unfold. The trial is set for 2026. Yes, you heard that right, 2026. But let me tell you something, folks. Just because the trial is years away doesn't mean this isn't happening right now. Every delay, every court ruling, every document they have to hand over, it's building up to one epic showdown. And it's not just Carano versus Disney at this point. It's become a battle over what the future of Hollywood might look like. Think about it. If Disney folds, admits any wrongdoing, or has to pay up, it could set a precedent that ripples through the entire industry. Suddenly, actors and actresses who've been kept quiet because of their political views or personal beliefs might feel emboldened to take on the entertainment giants. The floodgates could open for a wave of similar lawsuits, challenging the very foundation of how Hollywood treats its talent, their paychecks, and their rights to express themselves. Imagine the entire system being shaken up. On the flip side, if Disney somehow manages to skate by this, covering up whatever secrets are hiding in those pay records, it's going to set an even more dangerous precedent. It could say to the world, if you're powerful enough, you can crush anyone who steps out of line. And that's a dark message, especially for people who think Disney is some family-friendly paradise where good always triumphs. But let's be real here. Nothing is a given anymore. Carano has already proven she's not backing down. She's shown she's willing to fight tooth and nail, and with Elon Musk's resources backing her, Disney might be in for a fight of biblical proportions. If Disney keeps dragging this out, pushing back on deadlines, avoiding key court orders, they're only giving Carano more ammo. Every mistake they make is another nail in the coffin, and the court of public opinion is waiting for that aha moment when they finally get the goods. The world's eyes are on Disney now. The legal clock is ticking, but so is the media clock. As each day goes by, more and more people are waking up to this battle, especially with independent outlets and YouTubers, yes, like us, shedding light on what the mainstream media is choosing to ignore. The longer Disney drags this out, the more they risk the public narrative turning against them. The headlines will start writing themselves, Disney hides pay records, Disney discriminates against actress for political views. The real reason Gina Carano was fired. You get the picture. And let's not forget about the social media firestorm that will absolutely ignite when those documents are eventually released. But here's the twist in all this. We're not just waiting for 2026. The lead up to the trial is a drama all on its own, and it's unfolding in real time. Disney has that 20-day deadline to turn over those records. And let's just say, things are about to get interesting. The closer we get to that deadline, the higher the stakes become. If Disney doesn't deliver, the consequences could be catastrophic for their case. If they do deliver, but something fishy is hidden in those spreadsheets, well, let's just say they better hope there's no smoking gun in those emails. So stay tuned, folks. This isn't over, not by a long shot. The real drama has yet to unfold, and you definitely don't want to miss a second of it. Whether it's the next court ruling, a bombshell leak, or an unexpected twist, this case is like a slow burn thriller that will keep you on the edge of your seat. And trust me, we're going to keep covering it from every angle, bringing you the latest updates and asking the tough questions no one else is willing to. So hit that subscribe button right now. Don't miss the next chapter in this explosive saga, because if you think this is wild now, just wait until the next update. The clock is ticking, and I'll be right here to break it all down for you, step by step. Until next time, stay informed, stay safe, and stay tuned.